In the vast reaches of space, across countless star systems and alien civilizations, a single transmission cut through the usual hum of galactic news and chatter. It was not just any message. It was a broadcast that would send ripples through every corner of known space. The screen flickered to life on millions of viewports simultaneously, showing a stark, chilling scene. A human child, no older than 10, standing in an unknown chamber, surrounded by unfamiliar alien faces. The child's expression was calm but resolute, eyes shining with an unspoken strength that belied their youth. Then the transmission took a dark turn. An alien figure, part of a faction known as the Zarkal Dominion, stepped forward and declared the child's fate. The broadcast was meant to send a clear message. Resistance against their rule would be met with harsh consequences. The room fell silent as the announcement concluded, and the screen cut to static. Across the galaxy, countless species stopped what they were doing. Some in merchant fleets, some in government chambers, some in quiet homes far from the frontiers. All watched. The broadcast was a calculated move, designed to break the spirit of humanity and warn others who might consider defying the Dominion. On Earth, the reaction was nothing like what the Dominion expected. The initial shock quickly turned into a surge of determination. Newsrooms buzzed with debates, families gathered to discuss the meaning behind the broadcast, and children looked to the skies with a mixture of fear and hope. But amid the noise, Earth's leaders acted with unexpected calm. Instead of public declarations or military posturing, they convened in secure locations, away from the public eye. In these chambers, decisions were made not out of anger, but out of measured strategy. The broadcast had been meant to provoke a reaction, but Earth chose a different path. Scientists, diplomats, and strategists worked side by side, analyzing the broadcast frame by frame. They searched for clues, patterns, anything that might reveal more about the location, the child's condition, or the Dominion's true intentions. The child's calmness in the video, in particular, became a focal point. Many wondered, was the child truly alone? Was this display genuine or a clever ruse? Meanwhile, the galactic community was buzzing. Some alien species expressed sympathy for Earth, condemning the broadcast as a violation of interstellar ethics. Others remained skeptical, wondering if it was propaganda designed to manipulate perceptions and escalate tensions. Among all this, a quiet movement began to form within Earth's own populace. People from all walks of life sent messages of hope and solidarity, not only to the child but to all humans and their allies. Artists created murals and music. Children wrote letters. Leaders made private calls to counterparts across the stars. The broadcast had failed in its primary goal to instill fear. Instead, it awakened something far more powerful, a resolve that humanity and its friends would protect what mattered most: their future, their values, and most importantly, each other. As the stars shone silently outside, Earth prepared, not for war, but for a new chapter of unwavering unity and steadfast courage. The galaxy had witnessed the broadcast, but Earth's response was just beginning. The broadcast's echoes still reverberated through the galaxy, sparking conversations and debates across distant star systems. But on Earth itself, the reaction was strikingly different from what many expected. Instead of loud proclamations or immediate retaliation, Earth entered a period of profound silence. In the heart of the planet's capitals, government buildings and diplomatic centers dimmed their usual displays and paused all non-essential communication. Earth's leaders gathered behind closed doors in undisclosed locations, deliberately avoiding the spotlight. The world's most experienced strategists, diplomats, scientists, and cultural leaders came together in a unity rarely seen before. This silence was not empty. It was filled with intense focus and a deep, deliberate calm. They knew the galaxy was watching, waiting for a sign of human weakness or anger. But Earth's leaders chose patience, understanding that reaction born of emotion might only play into their adversaries' hands. Behind the scenes, human intelligence agencies accelerated their efforts. Satellites scanned deep space for any signs of the Zarkal Dominion's movements, while cyber units worked tirelessly to decode hidden information from the broadcast and any intercepted communications. Meanwhile, cultural and scientific institutions mobilized to strengthen Earth's connections with friendly species, building bridges and forging new relationships quietly but steadily. News outlets worldwide respected the government's request for calm. Instead of sensationalism, broadcasters presented thoughtful analyses, inviting experts to discuss humanity's historical resilience and the strength found in unity rather than conflict. Communities engaged in peaceful gatherings, expressing solidarity through art, music, and shared stories of hope and courage. As days turned into weeks, the silence itself became a powerful message. The galaxy realized that Earth was not paralyzed or broken by the broadcast. It was quietly preparing. Other civilizations began to speculate about the true nature of humanity's response, with some feeling unease, others respect. Allies of Earth sent discreet messages of support, offering resources and intelligence without fanfare. Diplomatic channels that had been strained or dormant revived under new terms of mutual respect and cooperation. The broadcast, meant to divide, instead seeded an expanding network of trust and alliance. Within this calm, a hidden operation took shape. A team of elite operatives, scientists, diplomats, and explorers were dispatched on a covert mission to uncover the truth behind the broadcast. Their goal was not retaliation but understanding. To find the child, to verify the story, and to prepare for whatever came next. The child's face, once a symbol of vulnerability, was slowly transforming into a symbol of humanity's unwavering spirit. Across Earth and beyond, people from all backgrounds found themselves united by a shared hope. Earth's silence was not submission. It was strength measured and carefully held. The galaxy was watching, but it would have to wait. Behind this silence, a new chapter was quietly being written, one that would change the course of humanity's place among the stars forever. While Earth's silence persisted, a subtle but profound transformation began to ripple through the galaxy. What started as a simple broadcast intended to divide and intimidate instead planted the seeds of an unexpected unity, not just among humans, but across many species. Human scientists and diplomats, fueled by a shared purpose, took the lead in fostering new collaborations. A series of interstellar conferences, initially modest in scale, quickly grew in prominence as representatives from numerous civilizations came forward, curious to understand Earth's response. These gatherings weren't about confrontation or blame. Instead, they focused on dialogue, transparency, and mutual understanding. Humans openly shared their findings about the broadcast, the anomalies they discovered, the subtle clues that suggested manipulation rather than truth. Their willingness to reveal vulnerabilities rather than hide them earned respect and trust. Alien scholars contributed their own insights, drawing from histories of conflict and reconciliation within their worlds. Together, they formed an alliance dedicated to uncovering and preventing misinformation campaigns, those shadowy tactics designed to provoke fear and fracture alliances. This coalition, known informally as the Unity Accord, quickly gained traction. Meanwhile, on Earth, communities celebrated the child's image not as a symbol of fear, but as a beacon of hope. Artists painted murals depicting the child surrounded by symbols of peace and cooperation from many cultures. Musicians composed songs that echoed across star systems via communication networks. Children across species exchanged stories and drawings, building bridges even across vast distances. The media embraced this spirit, running stories about unexpected friendships between humans and alien species, collaborative scientific projects tackling challenges like sustainable energy and planetary preservation, and cultural exchanges that highlighted the beauty of diversity. Through these efforts, a remarkable transformation unfolded. Species that once viewed each other with suspicion or indifference began to see themselves as part of a larger community. The broadcast, meant to isolate humanity, instead sparked a renaissance of shared purpose. This new wave of cooperation was not without challenges. Old prejudices and fears lingered, and not every faction welcomed the change. But humanity's example, their openness, resilience, and determination to build rather than break, provided a powerful counterbalance to cynicism. Behind the scenes, the Unity Accord coordinated scientific teams to analyze every fragment of the broadcast, searching for deeper truths. Their work uncovered encrypted messages and subtle technological signatures that pointed to a hidden agenda, one that threatened not just humanity but the fragile peace of the entire galaxy. This discovery fueled a renewed sense of urgency, but also reinforced the importance of collaboration over conflict. The alien factions working alongside humans pledged to share intelligence and resources, creating a network of early warning and rapid response that could detect and defuse future threats before they escalated. The child's story, once a symbol of vulnerability, now represented a collective commitment to hope, courage, and unity. The galaxy was awakening to a new reality, one where cooperation transcended fear, and the bonds between species became the strongest defense against division. As new alliances blossomed and old wounds began to heal, Earth's leaders quietly prepared for the next steps, knowing that the true test of unity was still to come. While the galaxy buzzed with talk of unity and hope, Earth's hidden mission quietly reached a pivotal moment. Deep within a covert facility orbiting a distant moon, the truth about the child at the center of the broadcast began to unfold. The child, named Aelin by the Earth team, was very much alive. Rescued in a daring operation by a specialized unit of scientists and diplomats, Aelin had been kept safe under the highest security protocols. The broadcast, it turned out, was a carefully crafted illusion. A message designed to manipulate emotions and fracture alliances, not to depict reality. Aelin's calm demeanor in the broadcast was no accident. Trained to maintain composure under pressure, the child had become a symbol of resilience and hope for humanity. The team caring for Aelin was a unique blend of experts: psychologists who nurtured Aelin's emotional strength, linguists who worked to understand the alien dialects, and diplomats who prepared for the wider implications of this delicate revelation. For Aelin, the past was a puzzle piece slowly coming into focus. Memories of the capture were hazy, overshadowed by the warmth and care provided by the Earth team. Each day, the child learned about the galaxy beyond Earth, about the alliances forming, and the hopes resting on their survival. The story of Aelin quickly spread, though carefully managed, through trusted channels among allied species. Rather than provoke anger or revenge, the truth inspired a wave of empathy and admiration. The child's survival and composure became a rallying point for peaceful resistance to fear and manipulation. Earth's leaders used this moment to emphasize the values that defined humanity: compassion, courage, and the power of truth. They shared Aelin's story at Interstellar forums, not as a tale of victimhood, but as a beacon of strength in adversity. Behind the scenes, scientists worked on technology to amplify these messages of hope and resilience across communication networks. The goal was to reach every corner of inhabited space, replacing fear with understanding and division with connection. Meanwhile, the alien faction responsible for the broadcast found itself under increasing scrutiny. Their carefully constructed narrative was unraveling, revealing fractures within their ranks. Some questioned the wisdom of their actions, while others sought to contain the damage through quiet diplomacy. Despite the growing pressure, the faction remained defiant, their leadership unwilling to admit fault. They underestimated the power of unity they had unwittingly helped create, a unity fueled not by weapons or intimidation, but by truth and shared humanity. Back on Earth, Aelin's presence reminded everyone that even the smallest voices mattered. The child's journey was a living testament to resilience that transcended species and stars. As the galaxy looked on, a new chapter was beginning, one where hope triumphed over fear and the strength of many outshone the threats of the few. With the truth about the child revealed and the broadcast exposed as deception, Earth's efforts to build a coalition of trust and cooperation gained momentum. The story of Aelin, the child who had become a symbol of hope and resilience, traveled swiftly among the stars, inspiring allies and encouraging hesitant factions to reconsider their stances. Earth's diplomats, supported by scientists and cultural ambassadors, began reaching out to a diverse array of species, some longtime partners, others strangers to human kindness and strength. Invitations were extended to join a growing network committed to shared values, respect, transparency, and the peaceful resolution of conflicts. These alliances were more than formal agreements. They became living connections, marked by exchanges of knowledge, culture, and innovation. Together, species shared breakthroughs in energy sustainability, planetary health, and communication technology, fostering a spirit of collaboration that transcended previous boundaries. Across the galaxy, joint projects flourished. Human engineers worked side by side with alien counterparts to develop advanced environmental systems that revitalized damaged worlds. Artists and storytellers collaborated to create interspecies media, celebrating the rich tapestries of their diverse cultures. Educational programs connected young minds from distant planets, sowing seeds of friendship and understanding that would last generations. The network also established rapid response teams designed not for warfare, but for aid, mobilizing experts to assist in natural disasters, medical crises, and diplomatic impasses. This humanitarian approach reshaped how civilizations perceived strength and security, emphasizing support over dominance. However, the path to unity was not without challenges. Some factions remained skeptical, wary of human intentions, or hesitant to trust species beyond their own. Earth's representatives met these concerns with patience and openness, demonstrating through consistent actions that their commitment was genuine and unwavering. The story of the broadcast and Aelin's survival became a cornerstone of this trust building. It reminded all involved that behind every political decision and strategic alliance were lives, fragile, valuable, and deserving of protection. Meanwhile, the alien faction that had orchestrated the broadcast found its influence waning. Their attempts to sow discord were met with increasing resistance as the network's communication channels exposed misinformation and promoted transparency. Former sympathizers began questioning their leadership, opening doors for reconciliation and change. In this evolving landscape, Earth's role as a mediator and bridge builder grew more prominent. Leaders from multiple species looked to humanity not as a warrior, but as a guardian of hope and cooperation. The child, Aelin, though shielded from the political stage, symbolized this new era. Their presence reminded everyone that unity required courage, trust, and a shared commitment to a better future. As alliances deepened and new partnerships blossomed, the galaxy began to reshape itself, not through fear or force, but through the power of connection and the unwavering belief that together they could overcome even the most daunting challenges. As the network of allies grew stronger and cooperation blossomed, a pressing question remained. Why had the broadcast been staged in the first place? Behind Earth's public diplomacy and interstellar friendships, a dedicated team of investigators worked tirelessly to uncover the deeper truth. Through collaboration between human scientists, alien analysts, and cyber experts from allied worlds, a complex picture began to emerge. The broadcast was not merely a show of power or intimidation. It was a carefully orchestrated ploy designed to destabilize the fragile peace in the galaxy. Encrypted within the transmission were subtle signals, coded messages, and hidden data streams that pointed toward a secret agenda. These signals suggested that the faction responsible, the Zarkal Dominion, was being manipulated from within by a radical subset of their leadership. This faction aimed to fracture alliances and ignite conflicts that would strengthen their control over key star systems. Uncovering this internal division within the Dominion was a breakthrough. It explained the contradictory actions of the faction, broadcasting fear while simultaneously avoiding open confrontation, and highlighted vulnerabilities previously unseen. Armed with this knowledge, Earth and its allies shifted their approach. Instead of responding with force or isolation, They focused on exposing the truth to the wider galaxy. Carefully crafted messages and diplomatic channels disseminated evidence of the faction's deception, calling for transparency and peace. This strategy began to resonate with many within the Dominion and beyond. Some members of the faction started questioning their leaders' motives, seeking dialogue rather than division. The broader Dominion leadership, alarmed by the potential fallout, took tentative steps toward reconciliation and reform. Earth's approach was clear: strength through truth, unity through understanding. The broadcast, meant to sow chaos, became a catalyst for uncovering hidden fractures and encouraging healing. At the same time, humanitarian teams expanded their efforts to support communities affected by the faction's disruptive actions. These initiatives reinforced the message that cooperation and compassion would always triumph over manipulation and fear. Throughout this period, Aelin remained a symbol of hope, not only for humanity, but for the galaxy at large. The child's story was shared widely, illustrating the power of resilience and the importance of standing together against divisive forces. The revelation of the broadcast's true purpose marked a turning point. It shifted the narrative from one of victimhood to one of agency and hope. Rather than reacting to fear, the galaxy united to confront the hidden threat with intelligence and empathy. As alliances solidified and the Dominion's internal struggles became more transparent, the future looked brighter. The broadcast's attempt to fracture the galaxy had instead revealed the strength found in truth, collaboration, and shared purpose. Earth's swift and measured response was a testament to the idea that courage is not always loud or violent. It can be calm, strategic, and rooted in the unwavering belief that peace is worth fighting for in every possible way. With the broadcast's true purpose uncovered and the fragile peace hanging by threads, Earth took a bold step forward, a step toward transforming suspicion and fear into understanding and cooperation. Earth's leaders proposed a historic summit, inviting representatives from dozens of civilizations across the galaxy. The event, dubbed the Great Galactic Dialogue, aimed to establish new standards for communication, transparency, and mutual respect among all species. Preparations for the summit began months in advance. Teams of diplomats, translators, and cultural experts worked together to design a forum that would be inclusive and equitable, respecting the unique traditions and needs of each participating civilization. The venue was a massive space station, orbiting a neutral planet, equipped with state-of-the-art communication technology to ensure every voice could be heard clearly. As delegates arrived from distant star systems, the atmosphere was a blend of cautious optimism and lingering tension. Old grievances surfaced in private conversations, but the overwhelming sentiment was one of hope, a shared desire to prevent the manipulations and divisions that had threatened the galaxy. The opening ceremony was a powerful moment. Earth's spokesperson, a seasoned diplomat known for their calm wisdom, spoke about the child at the heart of the broadcast, not as a victim, but as a symbol of resilience and unity. Their words resonated deeply across species, reminding all present of the shared values that bound them together. Throughout the days that followed, delegates engaged in honest and sometimes challenging discussions. Topics ranged from the establishment of communication protocols designed to prevent future misinformation, to creating joint oversight committees tasked with ensuring transparency and fairness. Cultural exchanges played a vital role in bridging gaps. Delegates shared stories, music, and art, discovering unexpected commonalities and deepening mutual respect. These moments of connection humanized each participant, transforming abstract politics into personal understanding. One of the most significant achievements was the agreement to form an interstellar council dedicated to conflict resolution, scientific collaboration, and cultural exchange. The council's structure emphasized equality and cooperation, with decisions made through consensus rather than coercion. Behind the scenes, Earth's team worked diligently to mediate disputes and foster dialogue among factions with lingering distrust. Their efforts gradually softened hardened attitudes, proving that even deeply rooted divisions could be healed through patience and empathy. As the summit drew to a close, the delegates issued a joint declaration affirming their commitment to peace, transparency, and shared prosperity. The declaration was not just a document, but a promise to one another and future generations. The Great Galactic Dialogue marked a turning point. It was a beacon of what could be achieved when diverse beings set aside fear and suspicion to work together. Earth's leadership had transformed a moment of crisis into a foundation for lasting peace. As ships departed from the space station, carrying delegates home, there was a renewed sense of purpose across the galaxy. The broadcast that once sought to divide had instead united civilizations in a commitment to hope, courage, and the shared future of all. The Great Galactic Dialogue had ended, but its impact rippled through the cosmos like a rising tide. What began as a single broadcast meant to divide had ignited a transformation far beyond Earth's expectations. Back on Earth, the world celebrated the unity forged in the stars. Schools incorporated lessons about the shared galactic journey, emphasizing the power of cooperation and the importance of embracing diversity. Communities took pride in their role as ambassadors of hope and resilience. Aelin, now older and surrounded by friends from many worlds, embodied this new era. Their story, once marked by fear and uncertainty, had become a symbol of courage and the enduring spirit of all sentient beings. Aelin's quiet strength inspired countless others to believe that even the smallest voice could help change the galaxy. The Interstellar Council convened regularly, its members dedicated to fostering ongoing dialogue and collaboration. New initiatives flourished, from joint research into sustainable energy to cultural festivals that celebrated the rich tapestries of different civilizations. One notable project was the creation of a vast shared archive, a living library that preserved the histories, art, and knowledge of countless species. This archive became a beacon of unity, a testament to what could be accomplished when beings chose to share rather than compete. Technological advances born from these collaborations accelerated rapidly. Clean energy solutions developed through joint efforts helped heal damaged planets. Communication systems improved, connecting distant worlds with unprecedented clarity and immediacy. Meanwhile, the Zarkal Dominion's fractured leadership continued its path toward reform. Many within the Dominion embraced the lessons learned from the broadcast's fallout, committing to rebuild trust and participate in the new galactic order. Though challenges remained, the galaxy was no longer defined by suspicion and division. Instead, it was shaped by cooperation and a collective hope for a better future. Earth, once seen as vulnerable, had become a beacon of strength, not through weapons or dominance, but through compassion, wisdom, and the courage to stand united. The child's story had sparked a revolution of hearts and minds that transformed entire civilizations. As new generations looked up at the stars, they saw not just distant lights, but a network of friends and allies, bound by shared dreams and the promise of peace. The broadcast that had tried to shatter hope had instead illuminated a path forward. In this new dawn among the stars, humanity and its allies stood ready to face whatever the future held, together, strong and unbreakable. The galaxy had changed forever, and with it, the story of what it meant to be truly united.